Hey, it's Leah hanging out on a Wednesday afternoon with my friends from Lake County. Well, where are you guys? What's the full name of where you guys are from?
We are from the Lake County Children's Advocacy Center.
That is a mouthful, but you're still my
Yes.
friends. We have two Carries, Carrie Wings, who is the victim advocate there, and Carrie Flanagan, who's executive director. And some really important things going on this month as April, I did not know this, is Child Abuse Prevention Month. So that's really what you guys do, get the word out, get all the information out. And this is your guys' month.
It is our month. It's an exciting month for us here at the center because it's our ability to be able to create awareness in the community, and let people know about not only the work that we do, but also to engage the community about opening up the dialogue and talking to their kids and their fellow peers about child abuse and how it affects their friends and their family and the community as a whole.
Now, the program that you guys do there is called Blue Kids, which I know, being at Gurney Mills, that even before April, I pulled in and I saw that the lights were changed to blue. And I didn't, at first, I didn't know what was going on, but that's part of the support and getting the word out, which we'll get more to that, how people could take action. But can you first tell us a little bit about what the Blue Kids program is?
Sure. The Blue Kids program was established in 2011 through the 19 judicial courts, essentially to create awareness on child abuse in Lake County and to kind of create displays throughout the community to be able to kind of entice people to start talking about it. The Children's Advocacy Center here took it on as their program in 2017. And what we do is we engage the community on three different ways. One, to create awareness, so people will see throughout the month of April displays throughout the community, pinwheels, blue ribbons, blue lights, signs that we have, our Blue Kids signs, to be able to just let people know clearly about the month of April. Then, most importantly, what I think it's also it is put in place is to encourage youth, engaging youth, to encourage that peer-to-peer dialogue. Many times youth disclose to other youth, kind of that peer-to-peer concept. And so the more we're able to educate youth on the fact that child abuse shows no boundaries and is not limited to certain areas, and the more kids know about it and talk about it, the more they're more able to help their friends who maybe are going through it. And then last, it kind of is put in place to encourage education and participation. Is what you'll see throughout the month of April is not just police departments and our agencies or other social service agencies, but you're also going to see businesses, and school systems and other areas that are putting up displays to create awareness for kids, places that kids go. You'll see displays in libraries that, are passing out, for example, some of our Blue Kids bookmarks. So really to kind of really do all those three things. I don't know if Carrie wants anything to add to that.
No, just as Carrie said, it's been around for some time, but I think the biggest thing in the last 2.5 years, we really changed kind of how we brought the program to the community. It used to mainly focus through the schools because that's usually where, certainly you see most of the children and bringing the information to them. But given COVID and so forth, just how can we bring it to the community when people weren't gathering and people weren't going to schools?
Right.
So we reached out to all of our partners that we see in different formats, again, whether it is police departments, social service agencies. We have a lot of families that volunteer a lot of time at our center. So we reached out to them and just kind of brainstormed how we can revamp the program and bring it to the community, not only in a very educational way, but also in a way that's kind of fun and kind of sparks the questions and is like, what is that? What's going on over there? So I think that's the difference as far as seeing it within the community. This year we have over probably over 80 agencies that came on board. And the idea was to have them decorate their location or their community or their downtown area with as much Blue Kids as possible. And all kind of linked back to our social media to be able to provide the education and who our partners are and what services are available in their community.
You mentioned creating the awareness and engaging the dialogue and opening up peer to peer. At what age do you, I guess I don't want to say suggest, but at what age do you see that happening more?
Well, I think it just, obviously we encourage parents to begin opening up the dialogue with children at a very young age,
Right.
starting with, just talking about safe people and talking about sharing, their emotions and their feelings, talking about identifying, their body parts and what they're actually called,
Right.
and doing those types of things. So we encourage it at a very young age to begin the dialogue.
And I'm sorry if you could hear my dog barking in the inside because I'm sitting out back and I'm still not sure exactly what's upsetting him. Things have changed so much just from, when we were younger to now having children. Even I have a large gap. I have a, 15-year-old to down to a 6-year-old. And even in between that time, I'm learning, as far as you mentioned it, calling the body parts what they are and why that is so important is something that, like, once I learned that, I was like, duh. Like, it's something so simple, but that can make a huge difference in opening up that dialogue. So how do people take action then in the Blue Kids program?
Well, there's a lot of ways to take action. I mean, it could be something as simple as flying one of our Blue Kids flags, our garden flags, or hanging a flag on their flagpole to show that they're supporting the program. It could be volunteering. It could be, purchasing one of the items on our website where the proceeds go towards the work that we do here. It could be having, just a few pinwheels in their yard that show that they're in support. Those little things go a long way. What we've learned over the course of our time here, we were one of the first children's advocacy centers in the state of Illinois, and we learn a lot from the youth that we are engaging with. And one of the things that they say is that when they see those things and they see those displays up, it tells them that people understand what it is that they're going through and that they're in a better position to talk about it. Mm-hmm. So, it identifies places and provides information to kids like, hey, this does exist, and hey, I'm not alone. And maybe there is somebody there that understands what I'm going through. Carrie, you might want to add to that about some of the work that you've seen.
Sorry. I think that was just perfectly said. Sorry.
So again, we are talking about the Blue Kids program because April is Child Abuse Prevention Month. So a very important month here that you guys are, bringing awareness to the community. Real cool how the community comes together, just talking about all the different partners that you guys have. And of course, you are on social media, Lake County CAC, the month of April, doing some social media posts. People could follow along with those to get more information, or go to your guys' website. I'm sure you guys just have a plethora of material there, correct?
That is correct.
Now, let's talk about a little, if you would, not just navigating the child abuse, but preventing it.
I think, preventing child abuse, it's, could be something as simple as, like we talked about earlier, working with your kids to identify your body parts and talking about, safety with that. And that's hugely important. Practicing open communication with your kids and creating spaces for them to be able to share what they're going through, or to be able to share with them, what their friends are going through. practice being a good role model. That's huge. Looking at, how we parent and being examples. I think all those things fall into place. The school systems and all the entities that work with kids on a regular basis have some really great things in place. The reality of it is that a lot of the kids are meeting people online through these sort of channels. So encouraging kids, when they're online, teaching them, not to give out their personal information, and teaching them that just because somebody says this is who they are doesn't necessarily mean that's who they are. And kind of educating them a little bit and paying attention to who our kids are engaging with, and talking a lot more about that. We see here at the Children's Advocacy Center, children ranging, from, till they're verbal, to all the way up to age, 18 years of age. And we see a big age that we see is, the 13 to 17-year-olds. And usually it's through that social media, those platforms that, that the problems are occurring.
If someone's watching this right now and, they've been waiting to, open up or get their child some help, whatever the situation may be, what's the best way to reach out to someone there at the Child Advocacy Center?
So we are the main place that children go when they've disclosed either physical or sexual abuse. We work directly with what we call a multidisciplinary team, which consists of DCFS, law enforcement, the advocates, as Carrie is one of them. And the best thing to do would be to call us directly, 847-377-3155, if you have any questions as to, what channels or what steps to take next. But most importantly, I think it's important for the community to know that when you suspect something or when your child discloses something, to report it. Right now, we have a big sign in front of our center that says, if you see it, you should report it. And that's a huge message to get out as well.
And I think too, even for, maybe some children that have questions or they see a friend, but they don't really see a friend going through it, but they don't really know what to do. On our website, we have a number of educational materials that are geared specifically for parents, for youth, for businesses that maybe see something that's coming in as, various customers that they see ongoing characteristics that they're concerned about, or for law enforcement. So I think that's always a good tool for them to be able to see maybe one of the signs that they're witnessing or something that they're going through. And not only a resource to us, but a resource to a number of different maybe websites or hotlines that they can call if it's like, 1 a.m. and they need to talk to somebody. There's a lot of crisis information and phone numbers on there too, so that somebody really is always available to the children or to the families 24 hours, 7 days a week.
And I'm sorry if you already mentioned this, but if, somebody wants to report something, say, something that was told to them, something they saw, and they were to reach out or call you guys, is that information, like who reported it, kept private? I know some people are hesitant with that as well.
Go ahead, Carrie.
I was gonna say for, yes, I mean, if they're reaching out to us just to kind of get information, where to start, who to talk to, who to reach out to, if there is something at home, certainly on our end, we're going to direct them to the right avenues. I think it kind of depends, to be very honest. Certainly if they want to remain anonymous, everybody tries as hard as they can. But I think it also depends on kind of their involvement and how they're related. It might not always end up being that way, but I know all of our partners just try to get down to the grassroots of what is going on and how can we help the family. So, knowing who that person is isn't always the first thing we want to know.
Right.
But certainly it's never a guarantee.
Okay.
Depending on how they're involved.
Okay. Yeah, good to know. Again, a lot of really good information that you shared with us today. And, if you missed any of it and you want to get it, follow them on social, Lake County CAC, or you could also get all the materials, friends of lccac.org. You guys have some items for sale online as well. That helps. Again, April being Child Abuse Prevention Month. That's on your guys' website. Ton of different things too. Kitchen items, a lot of creative
Yeah.
different items that you guys have. So the carries with me again, giving out all that good information. Is there anything else that we missed? Again, I know that it's a lot and in a short amount of time, but I want to make sure that all the information is out there in case anyone's rewatching this.
No, I think you've got it in a nutshell, and we just really appreciate the opportunity to be able to, be on the show and to let people know and encourage people to definitely speak up when they see it and to definitely reach out to us if they have any questions. We're happy to help in any way we can.
Excellent. Carrie, number 1 or 2. Do you guys work together every day? How do we
Yes.
It's last names. It's always last names.
So we go by the Wings and Flanagan.
There we go.
No.
That's how we know ourselves to be.
No, we can't thank you enough. It's a very busy month, but it's also fun, and it's rewarding on our end too to be able to meet all these additional people in the community, such as yourself. So we can't thank you enough for taking the time out of your day to help us get our message out there. So thank you guys so much.
Absolutely. It's really important information. As a mother myself and kids, again, ranging in all ages, I think that it's the big message for me at least is to, no matter how, not even, I don't want to say awkward, but how uncomfortable sometimes those things could be, to keep that open line of communication with your children. And even like daily checking in with them on things, especially, the last 2 years. So again, we have Carrie Flanagan from Lake County Children's Advocacy Center.
There you go. Yay.
Again. Thank you for all that you guys are doing there. And just the whole community coming together for April and Child Abuse Prevention Month. That's something really important, something really cool that the community can come together on. So it's nice to see. It's nice to see. Ladies, thank you so much. And
thank you, Leah. Thank you.
Soon.
All right. Thanks so much.
Take care.
Bye-bye.